Hey everyone, this is Maddie, one of the naturalists at Gulf Branch Nature Center, bringing you this week's 5-minute find. Today we are at the pond at Gulf Branch, and there is a really special plant that's blooming today, so we're going to take a look and see what it is. Give me a minute just to get the camera turned around and we'll be able to look together. So here we are at the pond, and if you look to my right you can see the Nature Center. Over to my left is the log cabin, and in between is the pond at Gulf Branch, and growing all around the pond is this beautiful plant called pale jewelweed. We also have some common jewelweed mixed in, and one way we can tell the difference between the two closely related plants is by taking a look at their flowers. At this time of year, jewelweed is blooming. It typically begins blooming in July and blooms through September. So if you visit the Nature Center in the next few weeks, be sure to stop by the pond and check out these blossoms. The blossom that we're seeing here is from pale jewelweed. It's a yellow blossom with this sort of cone-shaped flower, and it's going to be visited by a number of different animals. Bumblebees will visit, butterflies will visit, as well as hummingbirds, although hummingbirds often prefer common jewelweed a little bit more because of the color of the flowers. Hummingbirds are really attracted to orange and red flowers, and you can see here we've got some common jewelweed mixed in with the pale jewelweed, and it's just starting to blossom. You can see those orange blossoms down below. Jewelweed is a plant that loves to grow in soil that's wet and also in areas that are a little bit shady. So as you can imagine, this spot here at the pond at Gulf Branch, located right along the edge of the forest where it's sometimes shady, is pretty perfect for the jewelweed that's growing. We've got a number of bumblebees coming to visit, so we'll see if we can capture them coming into these flowers. All of the animals that are visiting jewelweed are collecting pollen and nectar. Our bumblebees especially are going to be provisioning for their young at this time of year, so they're going to be looking for pollen for their babies. Here we go. This one's just crawling into each flower and then crawling back out, and you can see she has a ton of pollen along her legs. We'll see if we can get a little closer. I'm going to swing us around to this side of the jewelweed where some of the flowers are a little bit more obvious. You can see the blooms are everywhere right now. They definitely have a number of visitors. So jewelweed isn't just useful to animals that might visit the flowers, but it's also a useful plant for people. If we were to take the leaves of jewelweed and grind them up into a paste, we could apply that paste to our skin in case we had a poison ivy rash. So if we've got an itchy rash from coming into contact with poison ivy, that cream or that paste created with jewelweed leaves actually helps to alleviate the itch from that rash. So it's been a pretty useful plant for a long time now and has been used by people for centuries to help with itchy poison ivy rashes. The other thing that's really neat about jewelweed leaves is that they actually shimmer like jewels in the water. So if we're going to take a look down here in my bucket where I've got 3 jewelweed leaves, if I sort of push them into the water, you can see that they sort of shimmer and shine a silvery color. And if you're ever curious about whether or not a plant is jewelweed, if you just get a little bit of water on that plant, you can really tell they shimmer silver. Let's see if we can get a fresher leaf and take a closer look. Pull these ones out because they've been in the water for a little while now. We've got a fresher leaf. We can see that silveriness on the leaf itself, and this is maybe why jewelweed is called jewelweed. There we go, you can really see it there because it looks like jewels in the water. Who knows, maybe the flowers look a little bit like jewels as well, or the hummingbirds that visit also look like jewels. A lot of really beautiful things about this plant. So again, if you're visiting the Nature Center anytime soon, be sure to stop by and check out the jewelweed blossoms. You can find it all along Gulf Branch as you walk towards the Potomac River. So if you decide to take the trail from the Nature Center to the Potomac, you'll see jewelweed along the stream there as well, again because it loves soil that's a little bit wet. So common plants of wetlands and wet areas. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in this week for our 5-minute find, and we'll see you next Friday with more cool happenings here at Gulf Branch Nature Center. Take care.